let's shift gears and talk about user experience research. Because I'm a UX researcher, I'm particularly looking forward to this section. Coming up, we're going to talk about how user experience research fits into the development of a product, common types of UX research methods and their benefits and drawbacks, and biases in UX research. As we get started, it's important to keep in mind that the role of a UX designer can look very different at different companies. At a larger company like Google with thousands of employees, UX designers often have a dedicated user experience research partner, so designers don't have to do much research themselves. But at a smaller company, one UX designer might be responsible for both the UX research and the UX design. That's why it's so critical for you to learn how to do both parts of the job. Plus, having some research skills can be really enticing to companies that are eager to hire new UX designers. Let's start with the basics. UX research focuses on understanding user behaviors, needs, and motivation through observation and feedback. The goal of user experience research is to prioritize the user. We also want to make sure business needs are met. UX research can help bridge the gap between what a business thinks the user needs and what the user actually needs before an expensive and time-consuming product is made. So how does UX research fit into the development of a product? To answer this question, we need to zoom out and revisit the product development lifecycle. You may remember that the product development lifecycle is the process used to take a product from an idea to reality. User research is a continuous part of the product development lifecycle and takes place before, during, and after Phase 3, design. Research that takes place before anything is designed is usually called foundational research. Some UX teams might also call it strategic or generative research. All three terms mean the same thing, but in this course, we'll stick with foundational research. Foundational research answers the question, what should we build? Additional questions you might ask during this research phase are, what are the user problems? How can we solve them? The goal of foundational research is to help define the problem you would like to design a solution for. This research includes talking with users and identifying their pain points when using a product. And guess what? Sometimes foundational research reveals opportunities no one on the design team would have come up with. Research that takes place during the design phase, Phase 3, of the product development lifecycle is called design research. Some teams call it tactical research, but both terms refer to the same thing. Design research answers the question, how should we build it? Here's a list of things you might want to ask users about during this phase of research. How was your experience using the prototype today? How easy or difficult was it to use? Why? Did you encounter any challenges? The goal of design research is to inform how the product should be built. Design research gives designers a chance to reduce the problems that occur as users interact with your prototype. You can conduct design research very early in the design process when you have paper sketches, or you can wait until you have a prototype to test with users. It just depends on what your key research goals are. The third type of user research is called post-launch research. You might guess that post-launch research only happens at the end of the product development lifecycle. Post-launch research can be used to evaluate how well a launched feature is meeting the needs of users. Post-launch research answers the question, did we succeed? The goal of post-launch research is to understand how users experienced the product and whether it was a good or poor user experience. You might also want to check your product's performance against the competition. Next, let's discuss some of the key qualities that UX researchers usually possess. Qualities of a good UX researcher include empathy, pragmatism, and collaboration. Empathy is the ability to understand someone else's feelings or thoughts in a situation. Pragmatism is a practical approach to problem solving. Pragmatic people are focused on reaching goals. Collaboration is the ability to work with a range of people, personalities, and work styles. You already have all of these qualities. All you need to do is learn how to apply them in your work. The more you develop these qualities, the more capable a researcher you can become over time. So keep at it. If you want to specialize as a UX researcher, you'll need some additional training. While our program focuses on UX design, Keep in mind that research is always a part of the design process. Next, we'll discuss the types of research methods used for different research questions.